What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of X-Cube Connects. It is summertime and it's hot, and we need to cool down. And one way to cool down is to use ice cubes. So today we're going to review the Ultima Cosa Presto Freddo. Sounds like a pasta dish, but it's actually not. And if you're like me, I use a lot of ice. Unfortunately, my fridge at home doesn't have an ice maker. So that means you gotta buy those little ice trays, fill in the water, put it in the freezer, and who knows how long, a day before it freezes. And it says it can produce up to 12 kilograms or 26 pounds every 24 hours. So let's not waste any more time. Let's start unboxing. Over to you, Mr. Uni. The Ultima Cosa Presto Freddo high capacity ice maker. It can produce up to 12 kilograms or 26 pounds of ice every 24 hours. It can store up to 1.5 liters of ice. It has a water tank capacity of 1.5 liters. It weighs approximately 7.8 kilograms or 17 pounds. It has dimensions of 320 by 225 by 300 millimeters, or 32 by 22.5 by 30 centimeters. The Ultima Cosa Presto Freddo can start making ice in less than 7 minutes. It's ready for any occasion. Invite your friends over, have a drink. It's easy to make ice just by adding water and selecting the size of ice cubes, and you're ready to go. And it's also easy to clean. Use it at home, use it in the office, bring it with you camping, use it in an RV. So many ways to utilize this. It also has a self-cleaning feature. Just pour water in and select self-clean. And lastly, it has a smart ice bin, which stops making the ice when it's full and starts when you start scooping. Inside the box comes with manuals in both English and French. It is securely packed with styrofoam. It currently only comes in black. Remember to remove all of the packaging tape inside and outside. It comes with an ice scooper. It also comes with an ice bucket. And lastly, it uses a standard 120 volt plug. Thanks, Mr. Uni, for unboxing. Now, let's talk about first impressions. My first impression is that this thing is heavy at 7.8 kilograms or approximately 17 pounds. Black is the only color at this moment in time. The downside, fingerprints are everywhere. If you like it clean, wipe it down often. Unfortunately, there's no other choice at this moment in time. From a feature perspective, it's fairly straightforward. It includes an ice bucket as well as an ice scooper, and there's a reservoir at the bottom where you pour water up to a max line. If you pour more than the max line, there is a drain at the bottom which you would drain the water out until it's below the max line, and then you can start making ice. It's got features such as self-cleaning, and they claim that you can make ice in less than 7 minutes. Now let's test this and find out if it works. So before we get started, I just want to talk about some of the menu options in the front here. There are a couple options. The first indicator is self-cleaning. Second indicator is small ice. Third indicator is large ice. It also has an add water indicator as well as a full tray indicator. Indicator to the right shows that it is producing ice. Then you've got the buttons to be able to select all the options in which you want to use. Okay, we're going to get started. Now before I start, I do want to mention that in the manual it does warn you, and it says that the first 3 cycles are going to produce some irregular sized and or small sized ice cubes. After that, the default size is large ice cubes. Let's get started. Once the water is poured in, you put the tray back in, like so. Leave this out, close the lid. Then the next thing you do is you push the power button, and then you select, as you can see currently, it's defaulted to the large ice cubes. As it just started, I'm also gonna start the timer to see if it can produce its first ice cube in under 7 minutes. So it's been about 3 minutes and, as you can see, 20 seconds, still running, still under 7 minutes. I see no ice cubes yet, but we'll give it some time. One thing I note is it is kind of loud. So you want to put this somewhere where, you know, not next to your bed, that's for sure. But otherwise, let's let it work its magic. All right, we're closing in on 7 minutes now. We're at 6 minutes and 27 seconds. I do see some ice cubes forming. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but I definitely see some ice cubes. It just passed 7 minutes and I don't see any ice cubes yet. So unfortunately, our first test, I didn't see any ice cubes under 7 minutes. Okay, we just saw some movement. I hear something. The first ice cubes are dropped, but now it's at 9 minutes and 32 seconds. So it's definitely past the 7 minute mark. But I see our very first ice cubes. The shoveler, I think it's called, is now picking up the ice and moving it into the basket. That's pretty cool. Let's take out an ice cube here. Look at that. Definitely an ice cube. Nice and cold. All right, so the results are in. Based on our testing, it went past the 7 minute mark. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. I was really hoping that it could beat that 7 minutes. It was pretty close. The first ice cubes came out at around 9 minutes and 30 seconds. If you do the math, and I think it produces up to 8 ice cubes, in about an hour, if my math serves me right, it takes an hour to produce up to 60 ice cubes at this current rate. Well, you do the math. I think that's okay. It's probably faster than the ice cube trays in your fridge or freezer, I should say. All right, final thoughts. What do we think? Well, we're going to rate this based on 3 key items. Number 1 is design, the second one is performance, and the third one is quality. As far as design goes, it seems pretty simplistic. It's black, that's the only color. The downside is you have these fingerprints that are all over the place. But other than that, it's straightforward, nothing too fancy. We probably would give this a 6 out of 10. We move on to performance. It underperformed. At least from our testing, it said or it claimed that it could start producing ice in under 7 minutes. Well, for us, it was over 9 minutes. So from a performance standpoint, we'll probably do a little bit more testing, but as of right now, we'll grade it 6 out of 10. And lastly, quality. As you can tell, everything is made of plastic. And the downside is this thing is really heavy. We have not reviewed any other ice makers, so I can't really compare this to another ice maker. But just from our testing, I can tell you if you drop this, game over. From a quality perspective, it is pretty sturdy. It seems to be pretty robust other than the casing. We are going to give this a 7 out of 10. In this manual, it states the following: when the indoor temperature is lower than 15 degrees Celsius, Small ice is recommended when the indoor temperature is higher than 30 degrees Celsius. Large ice is recommended. So our riddle to you is, what size do we use between 15 and 30 degrees Celsius? Leave a comment below and let us know. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button as well as the big red subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. Until the next review, stay safe.
Step 4. Everybody just do your thing. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.